see clearly.
So with LASIK, the way we do it today, you can have the gift of near and far vision and rejuvenate your eyes and have the vision you had pretty much like you did when you were 25 years old.
LASIK of Nevada today.
Living in Las Vegas starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was, Mr. Scott Whitney.
Oh, welcome everybody to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you noticed that, but at the opening video clip, I wore the same shirt in two of those videos. Had I not known that, had I known that, wait, that's not what I wanted. I feel like I miss Utah. It doesn't matter.
Everything such as.
Or such as, and theretofore.
Right.
And,
I think
anyways,
we should relate it back to education.
It is. Educational concepts of maps and stuff. Hey, I'm your host, Scott Whitney.
Really? Oh, my gosh.
It's Scott Whitney Network.
It's so nice to finally meet you.
It's very good to be here. And I'm joined by, it's the Pimpin' Wayne. I don't know what his lower third is today, but it's still Pimpin' Wayne, everybody. CEO, Pimp Be Me.
Thank you.
I like that. Today, we had a mandate. Oh, you can't see that. That's unfortunate. Because right now, I'm doing what Wayne did with me on Thursday of last evening.
Whoa.
He did, oh, that's too much. I'm sorry. Sorry, honey.
Justify that.
Let's not talk it out. Anyways, we had a big mandate. We
I
actually
leaned back and it just kind of slipped out.
You just made me do it, actually.
Well, you leaned back and
It was
just kind of
a
slipped out.
couple things and a couple drinky poos, and then all next thing I know, I'm being touched in that special way. Anyways, we went and we saw He Who Remains Esteban. And we'll talk a little bit about that today, but before that, we'll say hi to our, hey, fuck you, we don't have a live studio audience today, so we're not going to talk to them. But I'll tell you who we do have. The greatest live chat in all of live streaming. Live chat, everybody! Come on! Oh, I love these people.
We've got so many people in here, I think we're going to need to move to a larger studio.
I think so. I think we have to make a larger live chat because, man, I'm telling you, these people are awesome. They're giving us tips on our rock band, our new rock band, Punching the Junk.
Uh-huh.
I think that's going to be a huge band. I'm going to be the guitar player, I think.
Okay, yeah.
What do you play?
Drums.
Drums, okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm a lead guitar player for Punching the Drunk. Now, they opened up for
Junk,
Punching the, what did I say?
Punch
in the Junk.
Right.
They recently had another band open up for them. They were called A Cup Nipple Slip.
I think they're going to shorten that down, though.
I just think A Cup Nipple Slip is a great term. There it is, A Cup Nipple Slip. Already our people here on the live chat know about this great band, A Cup Nipple Slip. Small band.
Oh.
Trio, really, if you think about it. But hey, let's say hello to He Who Remains Jacob back there in the dark. What's going on, Jacob? Jacob is playing it quiet today. It's over and under. Oh, I would tell you, but Steve I already knows the over and under in the live chat. Steve I, by the way, if you're ever in the live chat, 6 o'clock Pacific time here on the Tuesdays, be careful with Steve because I think he may be a warlock. Why?
Like a Charlie Sheen type warlock?
Not that, because he's not a real warlock. He's just crazy.
Oh, okay.
I mean a real warlock because 2 times in a row now, Steve has predicted the over-under. I wish I knew about sports. The over-under. Did you see me on the odds couple on Monday, by the way? I crushed it.
Yay, go team.
Over-under, he's predicted it 2 times in a row, right on it. Last week it was 51. By the way, I said play the ender, and I was a winner chicken dinner. And this time, Steve has correctly guessed that the over-under for today's show will be 53 minutes. We are already, how many, 5 into it?
Hey, someone's got a job out
there.
there.
That time up there is right?
Lines.
Yep,
Okay, good. Okay, so let's get started because I've got all of about 48 more minutes to go.
Ooh.
Anything you want to say before we get started, Wayne?
Yeah, Steve, come on out to Vegas, get a job as an odds maker.
Right. You know what I learned about odds today? Shit, we're going to go over if I do this. I don't care. So we were talking on the odds couple, and we're talking about setting lines. And I asked Scott, I said, Scott, what's the deal with the line setting? Do they have smart guys sitting around doing that? And he said, no. What they basically do, all these guys, Cantor Gaming, William Hill, Station Casinos, all these guys basically wait for the islands to set their odds, and they basically kind of copy them. And then they wait for the numbers to come in, and they might adjust here and there. I thought it was like the Wizard of Oz. I really thought there was a guy for all the properties and for all thinking doing the numbers, but they're not. I'm freaked out by that.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed.
I'm freaked out that both people are named Scott on that show.
Scott Squared.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was a good show. Whew. We didn't talk about sports at all.
Oh, well, that makes for a fantastic sports show.
Right, we had nobody watching, but I watched.
Yeah.
The wife watched. Okay, this weekend had the very first Whitneyville pool
Milo
party.
says two is, what's Milo say about two?
Milo.
Meatloaf.
Oh, I thought you said Milo because I've got.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Right. I thought you meant that girl who's on my list.
Oh.
She's a hot little monkey, that one, by the way. Oh, God, I just want to just put it in my pocket and have her read it in the band, A-cup nipple slip. That's going to be my new, every time I say A-cup nipple slip, take a drink.
Oh, boy. Is that going to be like Pee-wee's Playhouse?
That's not the only time.
We have the
I
words,
drink, by the
you
way.
say the magic
Right.
word, and
Woo!
confetti comes
Right,
down.
a
and
little thing will come down. Number
Right.
one. A-cup nipple slip. All right, here we go. All right, big, actually it wasn't big. It was more of an intimate gathering. Decided not to do big, large pool parties. We decided to do this smaller, intimate people, just people who are friends. I'm surprised that you showed up.
well,
But I do want to introduce
I
one
educate code
concept.
from the past.
You knew a guy.
Right.
I know people who used to do
I
that
did.
kind of crap.
I followed the car in front of me, and
That's what I do. I just want to introduce, it's summertime now. It's hot. It's 103 today. Hot. Perfect weather for margaritas. Sure. But just just a regular old everyday kind of margarita?
well, I mean,
Or-
you take out your blender, and
Anybody can do that.
well,
What kind of margarita is the best margarita ever? Wayne?
the Devil's Margarita.
What? That's right. And I'm just going to show you what great kids I have. Now, oftentimes I will ask Wayne when he comes to our home to bring a blender, which sounds really kind of weird. Hey, you can come to the party, but please bring a blender.
Right.
Really? Oh, you're
Yeah,
a great host.
not a
You've got it all
requirement
figured
at
out.
all. Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
You're the hostess with the
Right.
mostest.
My
You got it all.
invitation, not prerequisite at all.
Right.
In fact, I own one.
But bring the blender.
Yeah.
So my kids, who are pretty cool, they all gathered around and said, like, I'm assuming they all gathered around at some point and said, hey, let's get Dad this really cool blender. So I'm going to now show you, A, the blender to use to create the Devil's Margarita, and B, how to make the Devil's Margarita. Boom, there it is. That blender.
Why don't we have a live studio demonstration right now?
Oh, we should have, but
We go over, we move to a
you
taller
complained about having too
table.
many drinks before.
That's true. I did.
All right, so that is called the Margaritaville blender. This is
Bahamas
very
bottle.
cool. And so you can't actually cut it off. You put ice at the top, you put the drinky stuff in the bottom part, you hit a little button,
The
and
glowing,
it
blue
shaves
button.
the ice and puts it in there, and then it blends it on the bottom, and then it pauses for a second. I think I love that part the best. And then it starts blending again. And if you know about that, like the first time Wayne knew about it, he's like, wait for it.
Wait
Boom.
for
And
it.
I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. So of course, every time that somebody came by and looked at my blender, I'm like, oh, check this out, man. This is pretty cool. Now watch. I know magic. Stop.
And go
Every
again.
time. Go. And it started going.
Break
And
it
you're like,
down.
it's pretty cool. All right, here's how you make your
Wouldn't that be
Devil's
great if
Margarita.
that sound effect built in?
Oh.
It stops and it just goes, break it down. It starts- Well, no, it starts blending Boy, no doubt you're white.
Hammer time. Oh man, I got more rhythm than somebody out there. All right, here's how you do it. Actually, the photo shows you the ingredients to the Devil's Margarita. You begin. Here's what I do. I put this in a separate pitcher and mix it up, and then I pour it into the blender. So I take the Minute Maid frozen limeade, 12 ounces. First of all, why is it called Devil's Margarita? Good question. Reasonable. 6, 6, 6. 6 parts of each of the ingredients. So we just double it because it's just handy that way. So 12 ounces of the Minute Maid frozen limeade. Excuse me, I put that in the blender. Then 12 ounces of Coors Light. Why? Watch our figure.
Right, right.
And
How
then,
many calories in that Minute Maid, by the way? Did you check that?
don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
And then we take the tequila. How do you measure 12 ounces of tequila? You pour it into what is now the empty Minute Maid container. What? That's clever. Now, sometimes I might not go to the very tip top because 12 ounces of tequila is a lot of tequila. We did it this time. So we poured it in there, and you pour it all together. You mix it all up, and you pour it into the blender. And if you've just got a regular blender, which is what we used to have, you just pour it into the blender with the ice already in there, and you fire it up. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is the best margarita you've ever had. Bar none. There is no second choice. This is it. That's the Devil's Margarita. Thank me later. Okay. Now, speaking of that, we had a few of these over the course of the last week, actually. I think it's time to have a drink on me. Drink on me. This is the part of the show where if you know the bar that we drank at and you send that email to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com, you could possibly win either a drink on me, your favorite host Scott, or a super duper Vegas Video Network visor, which is embroidered very much like this right here is. Okay? Let's recap last week. Last week we showed this graphic. This was the Have a Drink, and we gave about 15 clues.
All of which were fantastic
clues.
Yeah.
Now, I had some feedback that I gave too many clues. I had some feedback that said, tell Wayne to shut the hell up.
Oh, really?
Literally. A couple of our guests was like, tell him to shut up. We need the clues. Some people were like, don't let Wayne talk, push you around.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to advocate that you guys get correct clues.
Right. Now, right. So 25% of the clues were inaccurate, but we fixed them in the middle of the show. So
Right, that's what post is for.
Let's not be picky about that. All right. Now, we had a few guesses that were incorrect. We had one guess that said that was the Rock House. Nope. We had
now. Anymore?
I don't even know. Now, we said over and over that this was a Sands property. Is that right?
The second time around you did.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. We said it was a Sands property, and then somebody guessed it was the Monte Carlo Brewery. We said it was not. It was there.
That sounds like a hint you would give.
Right. I would probably say.
Yeah.
It rhymes with Bonnie Barlow.
Hint number one, it's a Sands property.
Right.
Hint number two, it's the brewery at the Monte Carlo. Hint number three, oh no, wait, did I say brewery at Monte Carlo?
All right. I'm just trying to be helpful here.
Right.
All right. We got 25 correct guesses.
Jeez.
Awesome.
Louise.
There we go. And some nice comments as well.
Time for Scott to read the phone book.
Here
we go.
Let's talk a little bit. First of all, we've got Rex. Oh, actually, yeah, Rex and Lynn Cooper from Salina, Kansas.
Every time you do this, it's like a PBS buddy.
Well, you know what's interesting about this?
We'd like to thank.
I saw a new technique.
We'd like to thank Rex and for what's the other name? Lynn.
Yeah.
Rex and Lynn.
Rex and Lynn.
Thank you for supporting.
Right. We
Scott
appreciate your $10 deposit or your $10 what's it called donation. We saw an interesting thing happen here. Couples, now Rex and Lynn, you look at Rex and Lynn, I haven't met them, but I guess they're good people. They're good, they're Kansas.
Do they alternate wearing the hat?
No, here's what's happening. This is what's very clever. Now Rex and Lynn, good people, salt of the earth. They're like, we're going to give you one for both of us. But there are two couples here who split.
Oh. That's
Man
the
and
smarter
woman,
play.
man and woman. I love that.
That's the smarter
Now,
play.
we know some of these people. Okay, so Brian Kaditz from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin.
Aww.
I bet you A cup
nice.
nipple slip's not playing there.
No.
Got a drink. But Punch in the Junk will probably be there, playing at the Pizza Hut. Okay. Steve I.
Not the Cheesecake Factory or something?
Of course, Steve there. Dennis Sun, who won recently, and your hat has been sent in the mail. Way to go, Dennis. I forgot what our rule was. If you won twice, you got something else, and if you won a third time,
It's supposed to move up. It's supposed to be drink.
Right.
Then it should move up to like pitcher.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Then it should move up to...
Horrible idea.
Yeah.
Horrible. Horrible idea. All right, here's our first couple. Lloyd Verdown from Richmond, Virginia, and his wife, Dawn. I see them a lot on the websites and the Facebook and stuff, I think. So, smart couple.
Thank you for supporting Vegas Video Network
That's
broadcast.
Right. I love you guys. Heidi Matthews from Boise, Idaho. Beautiful Boise, Idaho. We got Dom Budlong from Las Vegas. I think he's been here before. Michael Plowwick. I always have a hard time with him. He's from Canada. A. Hard to say those names. Canada.
Yeah. You
But
never know what
there he
those
is.
people are about.
Alan Johnson, Pensacola, Florida. We're everywhere. We're all over the place. Ryan McCulloch from California. What? Or no, Canada or California?
Right.
Hard to
It's-
say.
yeah.
One of those
They're
two.
essentially the
It's a
same.
rounding error, really.
Right.
Phil Tiki. This is probably the coolest name of all of them. From Naperville, Illinois, which is right by Chicago. He actually told me that. Thank you. Paulie Davis. No address. Well played. Stephen Sutherland from Chatham, Ontario, Canada. By the way,
I've been to Chatham.
have you? He had a real nice thing to say to me. I appreciate your nice words, Stephen. Thank you very much for that.
Actually, I've been on Chatham Street.
There you go. David Fagan from
Windsor.
Seattle. Also a super nice comment in the submission. Thank you there, Dave. I really appreciate that.
Is that why they're on the larger Post-it notes?
That's right. Big giant whiteboard.
Right.
Fascinating. Only Dave won.
Yeah. Steve gets the little flag that you like sign here, the X on it.
Right.
Right. Fold it up.
Right. There's no corruption going on here. Rick
Ernst
Rivera.
Young is all over this.
Yeah. Rick Rivera from, I think, Arizona. Couldn't tell. Bradley V. from Las Vegas. And his wife is in here somewhere. There she is. Christina V. Oops.
Oh, what? The baby didn't get a guess?
Oh, man, I'm surprised they didn't put in Baby Awesome.
Jeez,
That'd
come
have
on.
been
What
funny.
did you got a third?
Right.
You
That's
gotta
pretty good.
use that. Come
Gotta be
on.
thinking. Stuart Pointer, of course, good friend of ours from the UK, is there.
Two things kids are good for. A, extra money back on your taxes.
That's
and
true.
B, another entry into the have a drink.
I like that. Come
Right.
on, Christina and Bradley. Pat Huey, I believe, who's on the live chat right now. Boom. Mike Q from Portland. I know Mike's there. And, of course, Monica Butler, who goes by Binky in the live chat, who lives in beautiful Chicago. Okay.
Before 10 p.m. or after 10 p.m. She goes by me.
Binky? I don't know. We're not going to get into that. Luckily, she's not on right now, so she won't get mad at us. Okay, so what is the answer? The answer, let's go ahead and see the graphic again. The answer is Public House. That's Public House at the beautiful Venetian Hotel and Casino.
Looks a lot like I would have said the place that's at Red Rock in Town Square.
Oh,
Anybody.
Oh, what's that place called? Tap House. Nope.
Nope.
It's not Tap House.
It's not.
There's one
Yard
over
House.
Yard House. There you go. Yeah, those big pipes are beer, and they've got a load of beer kegs in the back. All right, so let's go ahead and pick. Oh, wait, actually, you can pick this time.
Ooh.
Did you pick last time, or did I pick? Actually,
I
Melissa.
wasn't. Yeah, I didn't host last time.
Fair
so,
enough. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
All right,
We
we're
were
mixing it
very-
all up. Whoop,
I
easy.
know.
Somebody just jumped
She's
out of there.
blonde. I'm brunette.
All right.
We both laughed
She's
everything
nice
you
to me.
say, and
You're not. Here we go.
and
Here we are.
strive to-
This is it. Big winner. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this week's Have a Drink on Me with the correct guess of the Public House at Venetian is
Stuart.
Stuart. Oh, shit. I say that because he's got this drink he wants me to buy him that's, I don't know, probably $1,000. All right, Stuart. Stuart, you're the big winner.
You are welcome.
He's going to be in town this weekend.
Look at that.
How about that? So Stuart will likely ask me to buy him a drink
Get
this
that
weekend.
tab open now.
'Cause I don't see him wearing a visor. Okay, that's it. Congratulations, Stuart, for that. There you are, just to prove that it's there. There's Stuart right there. You okay? Boom. Good. All right. Let's go to today's Have a Drink picture. I zigged a little bit on this one.
Oh.
A little zig, little zag,
Okay.
if you will. Okay. Sometimes when you go to a restaurant, or especially a bar, after maybe the first 3 or so drinks, you do what's called breaking the seal, right? You end up having to go to the bathroom. And once you do that, well, you're in. You just got to go every drink. I thought we should look at a bathroom that I think is probably the coolest bathroom in all of Las Vegas. There's a picture. It's funniest. Makes me
It's
laugh.
the funniest.
There's
Absolutely funniest.
The funniest bathroom in all of Las Vegas is our Have a Drink for this week.
Have you ever been to the bathroom? The reason I say that is the bathroom at the downtown cocktail room. Pretty cool.
Oh, I have not.
Yeah.
I have not. I don't believe I have. So
But anyways,
this is our Have a Drink on Me for this week. This is a bathroom. Okay. Now, we all here in the studio know where this is. We are now going to collectively come up with our hints. All right? Here we go. Hint number 1. It is not on the strip.
okay, I'll certify that. Okay. All right.
All right. Hint number
That
2,
one passes.
brought to you by Wayne.
It's recently changed. It's changed names within the last year.
Was it last year?
Within the last year.
Okay. All right, that's good. That's very good. So Not on the Strip has recently changed names in the last year. And number 3, we'll have to collectively figure out number 3, a good number 3 clue. The bar, I don't want to give the name of the bar next to it. Maybe I should. What do you think?
I think,
No.
Scott, I think I know where this is at. I'll chime in with a quick
Okay, good.
Our
Our third clue is brought to you by Jacob.
Hint number 3
I love this.
is, what'd you say, Scott? It's not on the strip?
Not on the Strip.
Pimp
Changed
Wayne,
its
you
name
said it's
within
what?
The property
Changed
has
its name within the last year.
Has changed names within this last year. And I'll say the third hint is where this place is located, the sports book is super.
Okay. That's a pretty good clue. If you're really into that, you'll get that pretty quickly. See, I wouldn't get it because I'm an idiot when it comes to sports booking.
Yay, go
But that's
team.
good. All right. So,
Have we won the match?
so again, let's take my picture off so you can see that's a bathroom. It's
Hold
a
tight.
men's urinal, right?
That's better. Because normally I would expect from you, this is a room that women can't go into.
Oh, I could. All right, that could have been one of my clues. Then I would have got a bunch of crap for that. All right, so our clues again, real quick. This is not on the Strip. It is in Las Vegas. It is in a property that has recently changed its name in the last year-ish. And the book there is super. All right?
Sports book is super.
The sports book is super there. If you know where this property is, all you have to do is tell me the property. You're not going to say, oh, it's the bathroom that's 5 steps away from the, from the opening of the whatever, the hula. All right, just tell me the property. If you know the property, send it to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Again, haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Here's one thing I will not do. I'm not going to have a drink and then go look at this damn thing. This is real quick news before we take our first break. We're going to be building a roller coaster at, they're proposing to build a roller coaster at Tropicana. And the roller coaster is called the Polar Coaster, which is also a porn name I used to use.
Oh, I thought that guy looked familiar.
Polar Coaster. So
Digging through the old VHS the other day.
right. I am Polar Coaster. I used to have a mustache. No.
Oh.
Had that cool
Wow.
70s music. All right, here he is now, the Polar Coaster. No. So what's the challenge? What's the problem with trying to build a big roller coaster on the Strip? Real estate's expensive, right? You got to stretch that crap out. Oh, no. Let's go ahead and build a roller coaster that's straight up and down. What would that look like, Scott? Well, it might look something like this. This is a polar coaster. I'm going up a polar coaster. Going up. There's somebody going down. Going up.
Well, it's an
There's somebody
elevator. Whoa.
going down.
Oh, so they're
Look,
like
it's
individual.
going up. It's got the red and the blue and some signage too. You're going having a concert tonight.
This is the first single for
Not
A Cup.
if you-
Nipple
A Cup. What was it? A Cup. Nipple slip.
Yep.
Have a drink. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! And they're little small little guys on there instead of big long roller coasters. You're going and you're cruising and oh, what's that? Puke. I puked on the guy below me. Everybody is below me. Woo! Going
Can't wait for
down.
the
Watch
acoustic
me.
version of
I'm
this.
going up the elevator going, oh, what the hell was I thinking? There I am. Puking again. I went down on the elevator. I was afraid. Dude, it's 1,000 feet high, 360 views stuff. Roller coaster experience. Tons of people. It actually looks pretty nifty.
Okay.
All right, there it is. It's going to be at the
Conceptually,
Tropicana. Here's the over-under. What are the chances of that actually getting built?
Probably right after they build that observation wheel across from Mandalay Bay,
Right.
which was also supposed to have video screens
Right.
and spin you around.
Right.
And you got to realize Vegas has not had roller coasters haven't done well out here. There was a roller coaster on top of the Stratosphere.
It's
Gone.
It's gone.
There was a roller coaster at the Sahara.
Well,
Gone.
super gone.
So
New York, New York.
yeah, the New York one does okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good.
but
one.
it's like a crazy taxi. It's themed. It fits.
Yeah, I get that.
People in those rooms though complain. If you
Really?
look on like
About
a
the
Yelp
noise?
or a TripAdvisor,
All right.
that thing goes to like 11 and at like 10 o'clock people are trying to go to bed. Why?
What are you
I
going to
have
bed at
no
11
idea.
o'clock, 10 o'clock in New York,
But
New York?
so people are like screaming by your hotel window until
Yes.
like 11.
So I give that about a 25% chance of being built.
I'm gonna cut that in half into 12 and a half.
Yeah, I'd probably bet on that one.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
But hey, you know that
looked neat, though.
observation wheel.
Looked cool.
Don't call it a Ferris wheel. That observation wheel across from Mandalay Bay, it's still going to happen.
It's like a giant.
We just only have built 2 concrete,
Legs.
pylons
$10 million
so far.
legs.
But hey, the pieces, they're in Germany,
Yeah.
just getting
German.
their Giner felted, and then
Giner
they'll be
felted.
in, and we'll be, competing observation wheels in no time.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I think I talked about that before. What a cluster that was. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and build it. Do you have the whole plans? Do you have the whole financing? No.
Pay as you go.
Yeah.
Come on,
And there's some people worried that SLS might be like that as well, that they've got some financing, but they don't have the full amount. They're going to have to somehow prove that they can get to where they got to go. And I hope it works, because I drive by that every day coming to the studio. And the Sahara, as it was once known, is gone.
Oh, yeah.
It's just gone. They
Yep.
have torn that little
Gutted.
thing, that pergola thing or whatever you call it,
Did
gone.
you see they gutted all the hotel rooms too?
Oh, yeah.
Kept
Well,
the towers there, gutted
yeah.
the rooms. You can see right through them.
Oh, I didn't know that. But you can see into what is the heart of the casino.
Yes.
Just driving up and down the
What
strip.
was the heart?
Yeah, it's just gone. So it's
The only thing
they're
left
doing
is the
something.
facade of the NASCAR cafe and that buffet in the back. That's still there.
Yeah.
On Paradise and Sahara right there.
Oh, I think they're probably working from the strip that way. That's my
Could be.
guess. They have a new billboard up on the strip that's not a great billboard. They could use some help. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we're hanging with Esteban. Oh, you'll get that in a minute. This is the Vegas Video Network. Be right back.
Oh, hi. I'm Kelly Clinton. That's something. I wonder if Joan Rivers is watching. Oh, please. Oh, my God. Who cares? I don't have a different one. You know who watches this show? Wayne Newton.
You got that right, Kelly. I think you're absolutely beautiful and talented young lady. 5, 6, 9, 12. Talking shit.
More camera time for me. Hey, I wonder if Cher's watching. Oh, please. I have so many other things to do. Woo! Hi, I'm Kelly Clinton. I'm the host of Talk Tales, and you're watching the Vegas Video Network. That was horrible.
Welcome back. Whoosh. They call him the Blue Streak. Thank you, Wayne. Sometimes you just have to have a little lubrication for what you're about to talk about. Okay.
Hey now. Didn't need any of that for what we're going to talk about.
Okay, so here's what we're going on. So here's what's happening. Last week, I've been promising this for
my
feels
gosh.
like years.
Yep. And it seemed like years I was waiting for the day to finally come.
Oh my God. So we decide, okay, all right, I'll go see Esteban. So we had a mandate, as in, it must be done. No, that's not what I mean. Like a mandate, like a mandate. Anybody get that? Hello? Keep up, people.
Double entendres.
These are the jokes.
Scott's on fire
So
tonight.
we get there a little early. Actually, Wayne insisted we get there.
Absolutely.
The show starts at 8:30. He said, I'll meet you at 7.
Yep.
That's an hour and a half to prep for Esteban. And which, okay, I get
I
it.
just had to get the nerves out.
Right, I
and,
understand.
you
I
know,
understand the thinking. There's
And
nothing wrong
again,
with that.
the day started off great. Remember,
It
I sent you a text message. Happy birthmas, Merry birthmas, because that's
I did
what it
get
seemed
that.
like.
I saw that.
It was like my
By the
birthday.
way, I got that. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And sometimes I think I sent you a smiley face back, as in, I think he's mildly, slow.
Right, yeah.
I don't want to make fun of him, but what the hell is
Right.
he talking about?
That's what that means.
I got it. Okay.
Okay.
So we go to the Tempo Bar, which is the
Uh-huh.
middle bar at LVH. He's at LVH.
Was.
Yeah. Well.
But
Let's not.
we're getting
let's
ahead
not,
of ourselves.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So he's at LVH, and so we go to the Tempo Bar, have a couple drinks. But first of all, controversy. This pisses me off like nothing else. Before we even get in Esteban, I'm not in a good mood because you, the consumer, are you a local? Doesn't matter. Are you a tourist? It doesn't matter. You, sir, are being ripped off. You, ma'am, are being ripped off. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this show, I want you to go on Google and look up how many ounces are in a shot. An ounce or a shot equals X ounces. Go ahead. I'll take a minute. Okay. Here's the answer. 1.5 ounces. Why
Which
do I
even
know
I
this?
got wrong. I went to public college in Ohio. I said 1 ounce.
I know that because I'm using a weight loss program that says it's 1.5 ounces. I know. I don't want to talk about that, by the way. Leave me alone. Okay, so 1.5 ounces. So we decide to have a couple drinks, and
1, 2, 5.
Doesn't matter. It's a rounding thing. We had a few drinks. Wayne comes in and insists. By the way, Wayne is my only friend who insists on us having shots. It's like I'm in high school. High school. Did I drink in high school? I let the bag out. Let the cat out of the bag. Time for another A-cup punch face hole thing.
Hey, you're close. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, A punch, A slip, nipple slip, punch hole. A-cup nipple slip. All right. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, we'll have a shot.
Yep.
We have a Crown, or I suggested that we have Honey Jack.
Mm-hmm.
You said you didn't want Honey
the
Jack.
Honey Jack.
What happened? You introduced me to Honey Jack.
No,
but
you're
telling me
saying that.
You tell me that I
didn't.
Well, I'm
I
sticking with
introduced
my
you to
story.
shots, like you said earlier,
You did,
correctly.
that's for sure.
But now the Honey Jack, I'm not a Jack kind of guy.
Maybe I introduced you to Honey Jack, and that was only because somebody introduced me to Honey Jack at some place over at Palace Station. You showed up. I'm like, hey, try this.
I showed up missing.
This is not terrible. So I'm like, we'll have a shot. And and you know what? With the Margaritaville mixer, by the way, you get a shot. You know that?
In the
yeah. And by the way, it is 1.5 ounces. Booyah.
Wow.
Okay. So
well, Jimmy Buffett's not going to shortchange you on liquor.
Right. Hell no.
Come on.
Margaritaville. So we're like, all right, we'll have a couple shots. So she brings out the shot. So here's actually, did I take? Oh, I had a picture. I didn't take it. So if that's the shot, that's 1.5 ounce shot, like there. It was up to about here. There's a line right there, let's say, and it was a little bit below the line. It was below the line. So I don't know what happened, what got into me. I'm like, hey, how much is this? How much content is in there? And she knew.
Yeah.
It's 0.8 ounces. What? That's less. That's about half.
Which
of
your
what a shot
follow-up
could
question was, do you know how much is supposed to be? How many ounces are in a shot?
Right, and nobody knows that, by the way. Nobody. So if you want to have a trivial contest, actually don't have it. I was going to say it'd be a good bar bet, but if you use the bartender to tell you, you're going to be screwed because they don't fucking know. But if you have Google, say, hey, do you know how many ounces are in a shot? They'll say 1 ounce. Boom, 1.5 ounces, buy me a drink. All right, so do that. That's a good idea. All right, so she does that. We get a couple of those because I wanted at least 1 shot worth of drinks. That's what I'm sticking with from a story perspective. Okay, so now we go into Esteban.
Oh, wow.
So I'm prepped. I'm ready to go. I've had several drinks. I'm ready to go. Okay, here we go. So let's talk about the venue. The venue is at, like I said, LVH.
The Shimmer
it's
Cabaret.
The Shimmer Cabaret showroom. I really like this venue. It's one of my favorite. One of my favorite
Seats 400,
venues.
140 up, 140 down, 170 up.
Which you would never know.
Right.
Right? Because it's a small, it's a rather intimate room. I've seen a lot of different shows there for many, many years. But yeah, we were told, who told us that?
Anthony Padilla.
Okay, so Padilla, who was on Odds Couple for a while and is a comedian there and headlines there, a good guy. He was telling us, yeah, it's 400 or whatever number. I'm like, 400? What the hell? Where do you put never? Because, well, it's 100 and some odd here, 170 down here, and then another 130 upstairs. I'm like, upstairs? I've never seen anybody upstairs. Well, there's a whole balcony up there. Shit, didn't even know it. But it's a great little room. Not a bad seat in the house, really. It's got a bar in the back. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I really like that venue. It's very intimate. I mean, it's not the kind of thing that you would expect to see a big famous person in. But nonetheless, I like that place.
We walked in. They sit us at a table up front, off to the right a little bit.
A little bit off to the right.
And immediately, you're looking for the upgrade.
Well, I'm like, hey. I did. I really did. But first of all, I paid nothing for these tickets. These were house seat tickets. We didn't pay. They papered that room. I think half the people in there probably didn't pay for it. But so I'm in there, if not more. So I get in there, and I'm like, we're off to the side. And I'm thinking I want to take some pictures of this guy. It ended up, the seats that we were in, perfect. Perfect seats, as you'll see in a moment. But I'm like, hey, I go back to the guy, the usher, and I actually have this thing with ushers like, you bastards, just put me where I want. Don't make me give you money. But I'm like, hey, can we sit more in the middle? He's like, no, not yet. We're still waiting for people to come in, the paid tickets, and they tend to be in the middle. I'm like,
VIP,
you know what?
I think he said.
I get that. I completely get that. So I go back to our seats. We're like, well, no, fuck it. We're not going to deal with that. Come to find out, it was a good thing that we weren't moved. There were 25 people in the room, And I would have hate to piss off one of those people
Right.
who
Also
they
got
never would have
comped
known.
those tickets.
So, but it ended up being just fine that we did not get moved. Okay.
Now, to be fair to Esteban, 25 on the bottom level, we couldn't really see how many were on that upper level. It could have been the full 170 complement. So, just want disclaimers. You know, I didn't go upstairs and start going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's funny.
So,
Okay.
anywhere.
So let's say
there were anywhere from 25 to 195 people there.
Exactly. All right. So let's say there's 195 people
Give
there.
or take 175.
There's 195 people there. We saw 25, but we've been drinking. We probably didn't see all the people in the back.
Absolutely,
They're
yeah.
very quiet up there, by the way.
Although
Very
now that
polite.
we were drinking, did we count anybody twice?
Oh, that might have been it. Might have been 12 and a half people there, and we didn't know. All right. So, so in there, they do a technique before the show gets started that a lot of comedy shows do, kind of, where they show slides or videos.
Oh, yeah.
So they're showing these slides of Esteban.
Like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, it's basically a PowerPoint presentation.
Uh-huh.
Not as good as the Prism one from the NSA guys, but it is, nonetheless. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a couple pictures of it. The first one is, hey, if you want guitar lessons from Esteban, you can get them for free
On
YouTube.
YouTube.
What? Boom. And the name of this is, it was actually kind of a, what's it called? Not pre-shadowing. What's it called? Foreshadowing. It's a foreshadowing of the way he talks. Because the YouTube channel is YouTube/Esteban Rock On. Right? He does that a lot.
All
You
one
get
word.
Free guitar lessons, exclusive interviews, exclusive videos. I actually went by there and I'm like, yep, there you go. That's Esteban's web channel. I get it. All right. And then the next one, this is, I should come back to me for a minute. So part of my issue has always been with this guy. His claim of being really close to a guy named Segovia, who is considered one of the greatest classical guitar
Segovia,
players.
basically, according to his Wikipedia and other bios that he has written, he being Esteban, Segovia practically raised him from birth.
Yeah. And Segovia is basically Jesus Christ of classical guitar playing. He's like the guy. Lived in Spain for a while. He's been dead for a long time. The next photo that comes up after here's where you can get your free guitar lessons on YouTube, is, of course, a picture of, no shit, not a big shock here, Segovia with Esteban. That's Esteban on the right side, all happy and wearing white.
Which I made the
doesn't wear that anymore.
observation. Esteban is in front of the curtain, the shears. Segovia in front of the drapes. That could have been photoshopped.
Could have been,
They're not
and
on the same
Segovia could be
background.
dead right there. I mean, he doesn't look. He's
Well, remember I said to you,
terribly
they could have done a
engaged.
weekend at Bernie's. Where it's just,
Right.
Esteban just has Segovia's corpse packed away somewhere and brings him out,
which is really
carries him around.
not really nice to the Esteban
Oh.
people. All right. So we're watching this. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm into it. Let's go. Here we go. Open mind.
Absolutely.
I want to
and
get
I
this.
want to say, I legitimately, seriously want to say, you did go in with an open mind.
I did.
You really did.
I would look, I want this guy to be good.
There were some times where, because we had 3 drinks and 2 shots before we even walked in the place, I was starting to get
That seems high.
I was starting to get a little super fanish, and you had to kind of
You were,
had
right.
to say, Wayne.
Yes, you
come
were a
on
little
now.
super fanish.
Come on.
You did a lot of standing ovations, which I thought was
I did.
unusual for 25 people, because you could be picked out. And the other thing was, nobody followed you. Usually in a standing ovation, everybody goes, well, shit, let's go. You just stood up. I'm like, oh, Christ, sit down. Wayne.
There were a couple of those moments.
All right.
You have to temper me down a little.
So, all right, so the show's about to begin. It's dark. The screen goes down. And so
Up,
this
actually.
real big guy, yeah, it goes up. This big guy, big black guy comes out. Real quiet.
Shuffles feet a
Yeah.
little bit.
And he introduces
Kind of hunched
him.
over.
Yeah, and it was
And he just picks up a microphone.
quite possibly the worst introduction I have
here's
ever
my-
seen in my life for the beginning of a show. Ladies and gentlemen, Pimpin' Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you a man who has sold over 1 million albums. Let's all get together and welcome.
Now, meanwhile, while this is going on, Wayne and I are looking at each other like, what the hell hell is going on here?
Like,
this guy is on Adderall.
Is this a new script for him tonight?
What is happening here? This poor guy, I think he's going to have a heart attack right up there. What the fuck is happening
well, my
here?
first thought was, oh, how nice of Esteban to reach out to the challenge community and bring one of the little guys on stage.
That's crazy. So we're sitting there going, my God, it's like a Saturday Night Live skit before they even got started.
Yeah.
All right, so he introduces them, and Esteban just comes sauntering out.
And the great part is, the 25 people, are like mostly center stage, right?
Yeah.
This guy is just kind of looking off to stage left, like facing stage left, because his little percussion podium and setup is over here. Didn't even go to center stage. Didn't address the crowd.
Yeah, he's off in the dark.
I'm looking, the audience is over here. I'm looking over here, telling you about the great Esteban.
So our seats were perfect.
Oh,
just looking right at us.
Absolutely.
Like, what's going on? Do you remember his name?
Henry?
Harold. Awesome. All right. So Harold, I didn't know what he was. I thought he was just a guy. They're like, hey. Right. Just introduce him real quick, and you go out and get
He's
your
the
drink.
production assistant working
get your
the
drink.
Thursday shift at LVH.
Come to find out, Harold is not just the MC for the big show. No. He's a percussionist for the show as well. I'm like, what the?
The whole show's percussionist.
Yeah, he's a guy. And I've read that this show has changed musicianship-wise over the course of the time it's been there. They used to play just the daughter and him a couple of days, and then they'd have a big band with keyboards and a full drummer. When we were there, it was 3 of them. So Esteban comes out.
They had to get rid of the drummer and the band
and the keyboard player,
and
or whatever.
Keyboards and just kick it down to wind chimes.
So Esteban comes out, and he's joined by Teresa Joy, who is his daughter, and then the drummer guy, Harold. And so they start playing. And so now you're probably thinking, I am a bit of a guitar guy, and
what? No, let's time out for a second. You missed Esteban dropped a bombshell on us before he even started playing.
What do you say?
He came out, and he thanked the lighting director. Remember, first thing. And the reason he was thanking the lighting director, he dropped a bomb on us, Gap Band style.
Boom.
And said, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to thank the lighting director. This is going to be our next to last show.
Now, we're going to give you another bomb in a minute. Actually, 2 more bombs. Next to last show. That was on a Thursday. Friday's my last show. That's what
all this time, every time I play slot machines, I just want to hit megabucks. I'm glad I haven't. If it was megabucks or catching Esteban, we waited another week, Scott.
We missed him. Missed him. So what was crazy was everybody was so freaked out by it. All 195 people who were in that room
were
like
minus 175,
give or take. We're like, and then he started to play. So he starts to play.
He did.
And okay, so I'm kind of a guitar guy. I used to make a living playing guitar. Mm-hmm. And the truth of the matter is, he is at my level at guitar playing. And I'm not saying that to be braggadocious or anything like that. I used to be an okay guitar player. Not great. I was good. I sold a lot of CDs. I didn't sell 1 million. I sold about 40,000 or so. But I watched him play, and he did some things that I thought were actually very good. He does some classic guitar moves that I can't do. He does the twirly thing with his fingers and while he's playing with them. I don't do that. I fake it like Van Halen does. So he was doing some things. I'm like, okay, all right, that's not terrible. I'm okay with that. But he did some other things that a classically trained guitar player would never do. I guarantee you, if you went and saw Segovia in Spain, he wasn't doing a lot of bar chords. That just doesn't happen in classical guitar. But this guy was doing bar chords all over the place. Okay, so here he goes. He's starting to play. We've got a couple of photos of this. So it's an intimate thing.
It's a nice, simple set design.
Yeah.
Some white sheets.
Yeah.
Some lights by the great
so let's take a look at those 4 graphics. So there he is when he first came out, standing in the Captain Morgan
you got a stool. You've got a box, basically.
Right.
And then there's the Juilliard School for the Wind Chimes Herald off on the right side.
There he is. And then eventually Teresa.
Which again was weird, though. And there's his daughter, beautiful daughter. Teresa Joy. Comes out, Teresa Joy. She comes out and plays the guitar. But Harold
violin.
There's Harold. Excuse me, you're right, violin.
Right.
But there's Harold facing the wall over on stage left.
Right. There wasn't
just in his own little world.
There wasn't a lot of vibe between them. Yeah.
Play the bongos over here. Don't want to steal the spotlight, Bon.
There wasn't a lot.
I'm not threatening.
Please
don't fire me.
Harold he was playing all kinds of stuff. Here's a picture of some of the things he played. He played those little wood things, and that little ziggy thing, and some of those, and that. Basically the jazz stuff. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Oops.
And wind chimes. Wind chimes were a big part of his repertoire.
Listen, the truth of the matter was, he did a very good job.
He was okay.
He did a good job for that kind of music. I'm telling you, it was a really good job. I was giving his opening introduction. I'm like, my God, I'm surprised the guy can stand up and breathe. Meanwhile, he actually did some very nice, tasty things. So I thought he did a nice job. Way to go, Harold. Way to go. So meanwhile, so they're playing. Now, the gal, Teresa Joy, right? Is that her name?
Yep.
She's out there, doing her thing, and she was good. She was very good.
Absolutely.
The sound of that reminded me a lot of Yanni. Now, I'm a little embarrassed that I can tell you this, but there was a phase that I was in.
Live at the Acropolis is a good album.
And that's the one. So that album has some violin people, and it was the music there, the musicality, and the sound of it, the reverb, it reminded me of that. I'm like, well, that's pretty nice. There were some people who complained that she was too loud in previous shows, and she actually responded, like on TripAdvisor, and said, yeah, we're trying to fix the sound. We appreciate the feedback. So they were engaged with that. Okay, so music's going along, and I'm like, okay, this is not terrible.
Yep.
I get why all these housewives are calling KSHP and going, it's the best show I ever saw.
When we walked in, I walked up to the bartender.
Oh, yeah.
So I say to the bartender, how many drinks am I going to need to get through this? And she says to me, she looks at me straight and says, none. I said, okay. She goes, do you like guitar? And I said, yeah, it's okay. I am here at Esteban, so I'm not here for the accordion or the...
Is the accordion guy playing?
Right. Weird Al has the night off.
Right.
So I said, yes. She goes, he's really good. And then his daughter comes out and she plays the violin. She's very good. And I thought to myself, okay, they have the staff at the OVH brainwashed.
Got it. So I'm like, okay. So then the next part of this, what really makes a great show is not just the playing. It's the interaction with the audience.
Yes. This was almost like, remember Storytellers on VH1?
Yeah.
Oh, this was almost like that.
So before he opened his mouth, I'm like, okay, I get why people like him. He is not a great musician. He is a good musician. He's got the look. I completely get the look.
Absolutely. I
get the vibe. He sold 1 million of something of the heart, passion of the heart.
It's that middle-aged housewife demographic.
Perfect. Smack dab in the middle. Completely get it. All right. So one of the things that we heard when people were telling us how great the show was his banter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, all right, I can't wait to hear the banter. Well, I brought a microphone with me to record some of Esteban's banter. Let's take a listen. Wanna? Okay, we will. Here we go.
All right. Give me a second.
Here's the first bit of banter. And we've got 5 examples of it. Now, the recording is not that great, but the first one is him talking about his improving and his connection with Segovia. Let's hear that.
Never played before like that in our lives. That was really fun.
Never.
Wow, we should put that one on a record somewhere. Man, that was cool. I don't know what happened. When I started playing, what happened to me was I lost my ability to play. It just stopped. And I was like, I studied with Segovia, the great master, so I was hit by a drunk driver in 1980.
Okay, is that the whole one? That was the whole one for the first one? All right. Really? My notes are stuck. So that was his first of several Segovia name drops.
In that particular banter, if you will, it was almost like he was reading from his Wikipedia page. He gave us some background about his history, his car accident, his rehabilitation.
Couldn't play for 10 years.
It took me from heartbreaking all the way up to
joy and ecstasy.
Absolutely.
Right.
It was the full gamut of emotion.
Right. So he talks about Segovia once. I'm like, okay. Touch the Segovia rock and move on. we got to talk about him again. Clip number 2.
And I spent a lot of years in Spain, and I just love this song. My teacher, Segovia, the old master of the guitar, loved this song as well.
Yeah, so I guess he might have might have hung out with Segovia?
He might have. Now, before you continue, Scott,
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a sip from this beer.
Right.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know. I never swallow the same way twice.
Right.
So here we go.
Okay.
Wow. That was something.
What Wayne's demonstrating is what you're about to hear now.
See, I started drinking this beer, and you just went with it.
You didn't know.
I've never
You
drank
had no
the same
idea what was
beer
gonna
twice.
happen.
You heard me go silent. You started carrying on.
You could
way
done
to
this.
go. Way to go, Scott.
Well, first of all, you could have done this, and the label could have come this way. The label could have turned that way.
But you took it.
You may have swallowed the
You
beer.
took it and you ran.
Right.
Great job. Way to go.
I know. Well, thank you. So here's the other thing about musicians, folks. You don't tell anybody that you're improvising. You just fucking improv. That's what improv guys do. You don't go and watch a jazz show. You don't go to a Clint Holmes show over at the Smith Center, and at the end of him improvising, and they're like, by the way, I just improv. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no idea I was going to improv. Really? You didn't know? Holy fuck. And so the next clips are him basically telling us, we improv. And what the fuck, that was improv? Who would have guessed that? All right, here's the third one. It should be him saying, I don't know what we're going to do. Let's see what happens. Go ahead.
Because it can go on for like an hour. I get involved in this and I just disappear on the guitar. I have no idea what my fingers are doing out there. Believe me, I just don't have a clue. I just kind of sit here and play the guitar. Every note that I play is so meaningful to me because I'm able to play the guitar again. And that's like a big thing for me. This is off of our album, Enter the Heart. It's all improvised. This is a morning rock called Lotus Wind.
I don't know what I'm going to play.
I just put my fingers on the guitar and just start playing.
He said once, I'm going to start in D. And then he said, I don't
he
know what
didn't
I'm
say
going to do.
He goes, I'm just going to start on a chord. I don't know which one, and we're just going to go from there. And,
Awesome.
and after every song, we never play that the same way twice.
I know it. I thought I got that, and I think I missed it.
It's completely different.
There was a couple times where he went,
Every
wow!
night.
I can't believe I didn't have it.
That
He was
was
like, wow!
something.
That was
Wow.
great. I wish we recorded that.
Oh.
I'm like, holy, you got to be
I kept
kidding
playing,
me with this.
and then Harold realized he needed to hit the wind chimes again, and
Oh.
he just went with it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so then we get to the end of the show, and he ends with Green Sleeves, which is a Christmas song, typically.
Well, it was like Christmas for me.
Yeah, well, okay.
I might have specially requested
so
that.
here's his intro to Green Sleeves towards the end of the concert or show.
Anyways, the Green Sleeves thing, we're just going to play Green Sleeves however we want. I'm not sure what we're going to do right now. But we're going to play it.
Sure what we're going to do? I am. You're going to play Green Sleeves. I'm pretty sure you're going to play the song that you just introduced, Green Sleeves. Any more of that one left? Go.
For you, and do it from our hearts, and may you feel the love and peace of the song.
Okay. So he played Green Sleeves. Now, actually, I played that on my album, one of my albums. And I'm like, okay, nicely done. Way to go, Harold. Thank you, Teresa. I like it. So the big crescendo ending, Green Sleeves! Here's the ending. Go.
Thank you for the lovely staff. Thank you, Harold. Awesome job. Rock on Vegas. We have a neat turnout sign if you want to. Yeah. God bless you. Rock on.
That's when we learned a whole new language. There's a whole new language. If you speak to Esteban, it's not, hey, how you doing? It's, hey, bro, and rock on. Oh, Scott, you're making that up. The him. First of all, you just heard him do that on the big concert. But wait, I got proof. What are you talking about, Scott? Well, let's take a look at some pictures in the after mingly part. Sure, let's do that. Which one do we have for that? Yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah. Boom.
Oh,
here we go.
Look at
now,
like a kid in an Esteban flavored candy store.
Wayne is wearing, by the way, the Vegas Video Network visor.
I am.
What? Because all the great kids do. So there's Teresa Joy's arm, which is fascinating. Usually she's in the entire photo.
Teresa had a habit of trying to insert herself in everything. I get the feeling she's trying to ride Daddy's coattails a little bit.
She's probably making sure Daddy doesn't go off the fucking rails, is
That
my
could
guess.
be too. Teresa was very pleasant. She was very talented. I was just focused on the Bond at this point.
Exactly. So, but hey, I'm Esteban. I'm like, hey, can we get a picture? Of course. Boom! Here's your.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Now wait a minute. Let's go back 2 pictures. Boop. What? Oh, he was signing a CD for your mom.
Yes.
But he also signed something else for you, a little special.
Oh wow. This I haven't had time to get it framed yet, but.
Look at that.
Everybody, just for going, I didn't even have to buy anything. Esteban would have just given this. It covers my face. Esteban would have just given it to me if I asked. But to Wayne, he signed one for my mother too. Right. He was a picture signed in full, as was his daughter. To Wayne, rock on, heart.
Liar. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. What about me, the photographer? I run the Vegas. Oh, he said something so funny about the Vegas Video Network. Oh, don't let me forget that. So I got a picture of him signing a piece of photo-y thing too. Look at it right here. That's it. Scott, rock on, bro.
Whoa.
Rock on, bro.
Scott, rock on, bro.
Rock on, bro. So I'm like, that's awesome. It was pretty sweet that he would do that for me. Okay.
Well, I did pay $25 for a CD, which he signed 3 times.
So here's the truth of the matter. I'm like, okay, I get the vibe, I get the QVC thing. By the way, he'll be back on QVC in November. He got a new CD out.
Yep. Wear the Black, Johnny Cash tribute album.
Have you listened to it?
I have not. Which his daughters, I don't want the spinning to like ruin the signature. Remember, his daughters begged him to record a Johnny Cash album. We learned that in the pre-shows.
Right, we did. Right, it's awesome. So I'm like, okay. I kind of wish he would still be there, but no. He announced from the stage, I'm not going to be here anymore. This is my second to last show. So I'm a journalist, kinda. And so I pinned him. I'm like, hey. First of all, I said, hey, would you be on the show? He's like, oh yeah, right, man. I said, well, can you give me like your email? And he's like, yeah. So he gave me his Hotmail account. Way to go, keeping up with everything. Hotmail, that's good. And then he spilled the beans. This is a scoop, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Yeah, he's leaving LVH, but where's he going? Tropicana.
A brand new
Tropicana.
1,000
he told us
theater.
It's going to a 1,000-seat theater.
1,000-seat theater. Nobody else has been in yet.
Right.
They're going to have a full band.
Rebuilding it.
Rebuilt just for them.
Yep.
Full band, and they're just going to rock out.
Mm-hmm. Bro. So, LVH, you know what? There really were 195 people there. There's probably 1,095. We just didn't see him. Probably probably a satellite feed.
Oh my God!
He's live streaming. That bastard didn't even call me in my little network, my little show, which is what he said to Padilla when I first introduced myself to him. Or actually after the show, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do
Scott's little show."
Little show. I'm like, little show, you fucking prick. No, I didn't say that. Yeah, no, but anyways, bro. So we're going to be over at Tropicana, man, and they're building the theater right now.
Yep.
1,000 seats, man. It's going to be cool, bro. I'm like, 1,000 seats? Okay.
Well, we found out though shortly after why he needs so much room.
Why was that?
Picture, please.
Which picture? Oh, God damn it! You took my joke. Go back. Oh shit! I can't believe I fucked this up. Go back. Here's how I was going to do that joke better. Damn it, what a douchebag. All right, actually right here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say or what I think or whether he's going there or not. He probably is. A, he sold 1 million CDs. But B, this guy is hung like a horse. What the fuck? So the reason why he sits like that is, look at that. I think he's an elephant. It shouldn't be Esteban, it should be Elephant Man. It's unbelievable, this guy. And he was like that the whole time. I'm like, that's a weird way to sit. Most classical guitar players sit like this. They have a little stand, it's about this big, it's at the floor, your foot's up about that high. It's not very high. This guy's sitting like the Captain Morgan pirate, and the reason why he's doing that is he's got this big meat package here that he can't deal with it. It gets in way, it's hitting his neck. He can't play with that thing in the way. It's like an anaconda. What the hell? So the whole time, if he's watching, he's like, yeah, Scott, Whitney, you're Scottish, you're Irish, English. Fuck you. I'm hung like a monster. You're probably
Maybe that's
hung
what
like
he
a
was
chiplet.
relating to when he said your little show, in relation to what he's got going on. Yeah, you know, in relation to the show he's got in his pants.
In comparison
your
to
show
that,
is a little show.
I'm a little show, baby.
Yeah.
So I would say go see Esteban, but he's not there anymore.
No. We will when he gets the big band.
He's going to Tropicana. You know what? He may be a ride operator at that.
Oh, that wasn't
nice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not
Here's
nice.
the thing, though. Here's the thing. If
Chris, oh look at this. Brad said it's his coloscopy.
It's that's not nice
God.
either. Listen, let's get
God,
to brass
man.
tacks. Brass tacks is the show is about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was good if classical guitar and or violin is your thing. When my mother comes out to Vegas, I will take her to go see Esteban.
There you go.
It's non-offensive. It's nice. It's light.
Yep.
You have a few drinks. You enjoy yourself. He couldn't sign enough stuff. The
No.
guy. Here's the thing. The guy truly knows. The guy sells albums.
He sells
and the
content.
guitars.
Yeah.
And he is a salesman at heart, and he knows that though.
Oh.
And so because of that, he treats the people
Right.
that support him
And
accordingly.
before we left, I have to say this. So we're in line, signing, doing his thing, and he has the Esteban hat.
Yes, he does.
Sitting right there.
In case anybody's wondering, this
Right
hat.
there. The Esteban hat, right there. He's sitting there, in front.
On the merch table.
Bedazzled.
Well, it's not that.
It had bedazzling
It's
on the rim.
A couple rhinestones.
And it was either leather or pleather. We're not sure. I'm like, oh, man. That's some sweet merch, brother. So he's got a guy there, selling the merch, selling the CDs. And the CD guy's like, well, you can buy that one, but if you buy 4, by the way, you're going to get 25% off. And it's the same thing. I'm going to be selling that for. I'm like, whoa, time out there, slick. Let's talk about the hat. Let's have a conversation with the hat. He's like, well, how much is the hat? And he says,
That's $125.
$125. I said, so I pull out my wallet. I go, I'll give you 25. And without missing a beat, I mean, the guy he wasn't offended. He didn't go take your little network and get the fuck out. No. I'm like, 125? I'm thinking 25. He said, without missing a beat.
Best I can do is 40.
Boom. He went from 125 to 40, and he didn't even breathe hard. So clearly, this negotiation process is good. I'm like, I looked at my wallet again, kind of a pantomime thing. No, I'm thinking 25.
Come on, man. You're taking food out of my mouth.
Right. I'm starving the people helping Esteban. He doesn't need to starve. He's got a sausage size of Montana here. He could feed all of the town. There is no need to starve here because Esteban is hung like a horse. Okay. So that being said, Wayne would go see him again.
I would. He was sweet. His daughter was sweet.
He was sweet.
The guy is he's a salesman, and his product is playing guitar.
Yep, absolutely. So we recommend that in November, QVC, buy the Whatever in Black CD.
Wear the black.
Wear
Well,
the
let's
black,
talk
which we
about
haven't listened
Tropicana. Once he gets to the Tropicana,
Oh, I'm in.
I think we're going to have to do a follow-up.
Yeah, we'll have our next meetup at the Esteban concert.
Triple the attendance.
Right, right, okay. All right, so that's it. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the live chat, for playing along. You're good people. So, Wayne, we have a live chat. Wayne, what would you rather see, Esteban again or Chris Angel? Have you seen Chris Angel?
I have not, but I will go see Esteban. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. I would go see Esteban again without even thinking twice before I see Chris Angel. The reason for that is, even though he's not a musician at heart, I feel he's a salesman at heart, Esteban probably has 1,000 times more talent than Chris Angel does.
And he probably doesn't steal shit.
Right.
Wait, yes, he does. He steals. Actually, I can't say that. There's a lot of stealing going on here in Las Vegas. God, these people make me want to throw
Now,
up.
Esteban
sometimes.
legitimately has some talent, and you've even admitted that. His
did.
daughter has some talent. Chris Angel is
He's not. Esteban is a pedestrian good guitar player.
Yes.
He is not a great classical guitar player, nor is he a great jazz guy. And
but he doesn't need
telling
to.
You, he's
he
not
knows
improvising
his wheelhouse,
worth a
and he's in
shit.
there.
He's doing what he's doing every time. I meant, actually, I don't know if I told you this. I was planning to go back the next night.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I was.
How dare you think of doing that without informing me?
Here's why. Because he was doing all these. Wow, holy shit, I can't believe we did that. I wanted to see if you said that every night. I really wanted to. But I couldn't go free again because I'd already gone once, and house seats only allows you to do that once every, I don't know, millennium or whatever. So I'm like, aw, damn it. Well, fuck it. We'll just talk about it like we normally do. All right. All right, again, live chat, thank you very much. Again, check us out every week or so, give or take. It's great to have you here. Wayne, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
We're working on a new show for Wayne, so I've been told.
Thank you for the experience of a lifetime, Scott.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm seriously at this. I'm going to frame this, and then I did buy for my mother's birthday. Hopefully you're not watching it, but if you are, you're getting the Esteban Wear the Black 2 CD set.
I really do want to hear
and an
that.
autograph picture.
You should burn some of that stuff out and let me hear it.
Okay.
I mean, I just want to borrow it.
Right.
I wouldn't steal it or anything.
Recording Industry Association of America. That's
You're taking food out my mouth.
That's right, right. I'll buy your fucking hat for $25. What do you want from me? All right, all right. We'll see you guys next week. Living in Las Vegas, Vegas Video Network. What? Cash in the over ticket. What number are we at? Oh shit, we're at about 50. Wow, look at that.
Yep.
Way over. All right. Well, I hope you guys took the over ticket. Next week we're going to do a 1-minute show. See you later. Bye.
Take it.